What's up everyone, Kyle welcome back to another video. Today we got my NXT Vengeance Day review / reactions, whatever you would like to call it. And overall it was an okay show. It was like a good show, but it's not a great show. It's not one like a classic NXT takeover. So don't go into it expecting that. NXT hasn't been like that for a while, but it was still a pretty solid show. Every match was at least okay. I don't think there was a terrible match on it. I don't even think there was one I'd say bad. Some really good ones, some alright ones. So yeah, I'd say overall it was an alright show. Let's get into it. First match on the card was Stephanie Vaquer beating Fallon Henley to become the new North American Championship after a spiral tap. Fun match, some good high-flying maneuvers from Stephanie, some dives to the outside. Onto Fatal Influence, who were there, of course, trying to help Fallon retain her championship. They kind of started off a bit slow, trading maneuvers, arm bars and kind of technical style. But then, the heels would try distract and get involved to beat down on Vaquer. Vaquer would use her high-flying abilities to take them on and do dives and all. And then eventually, like I said, hits the spiral tap to get the win and becomes new North American Championship. It was a decent matchup. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was a solid 3-star matchup out of 5. Right in the middle, where it's not great, it's not bad. It's just a solid, okay matchup and a decent way to kick off NXT Vengeance Day with a new North American champion in Stephanie Vaquer. Then we get a great tag team matchup. I really enjoyed this one between Nathan Frazer and Axiom, of course known as Axiom. They took on the team of Yoshiki, Inamura and Josh Briggs. Very nice tag team action here. I thought Inamura and Briggs especially had some nice tag offense. Of course we know what Frazer and Axiom can do, but I feel like this was a big showcase for Inamura and Briggs as a team. They had some nice work together. Josh Briggs, chokeslam and did a chokeslam. I can't remember which member it was on off the top of my head, but he did a chokeslam onto the knee of Inamura. There's another moment where Josh Briggs backdrops one of Axiom, and Inamura catches him into a sit-out powerbomb. That was nice as well. So yeah, some nice tag offense there between Inamura and Briggs. Of course, we know Nathan Frazer Axiom, one of the best teams in the world at the moment. They have great chemistry. They always deliver good matchups, and this was another one. They do eventually pick up the win, and after the matchup, both teams go to show each other some respect. They go to shake hands, and they end up getting attacked by this new mystery group that has been teased on NXT. We do get to hear their names, and the names that are going around for them are Dion Lennox, Cutler James, Osiris Griffin, and of course, Shaquan Sugars, who is formerly Lucky Ali in Deadlock Pro Wrestling and on the independent scene. He's the only one I'm familiar with, is Ali or Shaquan Sugars. So yeah, he's someone I've been waiting to see on NXT since he signed. He picked up an injury, I believe, on a live event. He was doing some stuff on Level Up. And yeah, he signed around the same time as Jay Malachi or Jevon Evans. He's just been out with an injury, so I'm excited to see him on NXT TV now, back from his injury. And he's part of this big group, which seemingly are going to get a big push. If I was NXT, I'd be pushing him as the top guy in that group. The rest I'm not familiar with. I believe they're just performance center guys. This is someone that's in an established guy on the independent scene. He knows what he's doing. I feel like he should be the face of this group again. That's just me maybe being biased as a fan of his, but yeah, they're making their debut attacking the tag team champions. It seems like they will be the ones set up for Frazer and Axiom, and I feel like they could be the ones to beat Nathan Frazer and Axiom. I feel like if you look at the NXT tag division, I don't really see anyone else there that will beat Nathan Frazer and Axiom, and I feel like Nathan Frazer and Axiom are two that they've been in NXT for long enough. I feel like they could be set for a main roster move coming up post WrestleMania. Eddy Thorpe then gets a bit of an upset victory, and I feel like a lot of people weren't expecting this to happen. Thorpe beating Trick Williams. He used the strap to get a low blow before hitting a knee for a 3 count. Yes, it wasn't the red light, green light version of strap match that WWE normally do. But yeah, the Thorpe getting a win over Trick is a bit interesting. I said in my predictions video, I thought Trick would get the win because I thought the direction they were going would be Trick Williams versus Oba Femi at Stand and Deliver, and then Oba would beat Trick, and that would be Trick's send-off. But between this and what we get later on, I don't think that's happening anymore. I don't think that is the direction they're going to go. So I'm interested to see what happens with Trick. Because again, Trick, like Nathan Frazer and Axiom, I feel like he's one of the ones that's ready for the call-up. You know, he's been North American champion, he's been NXT champion. There's not much left for Trick to do in NXT, so I feel like it's just a matter of time before he goes up to the main roster. So maybe that's why they're giving Eddy the win here. They give Eddy the win here over Trick. They build up Eddy Thorpe on Trick's way out, so they have someone that can, you know, they can push as a main eventer. So, like, result-wise, if you think of it that way, it doesn't really, it like makes sense. It's not that much of a bad thing, but yeah, I was just expecting them to go in a different direction with Trick. I thought they'd go Trick and Oba at Stand and Deliver, and that's how we get the send off for Trick Williams. But they had Eddy win here, and I guess we'll have to wait and see how things play out for both Trick Williams and Eddy Thorpe coming out with that one. Ethan Page then goes on to beat Jevon Evans. This was a fun matchup. Jevon just doing a lot of his high flying moves. Onto Ethan. He goes for the springboard cutter, and Page hits him with a punch, knocking the mouthguard out of Jevon's mouth. Of course, the story for this one was Jevon had his mouth wired shut after an attack by Ethan Page, and there was like in the build-up they're saying, "Oh, doctors, he's cleared for this matchup, but there's a chance he could re-injure it and he will never be able to wrestle again," and all that. So that's what they were going there for there. Once that mouthguard got knocked out and that big punch to the jaw. That allows Page to Ethan Page to hit the twist of fate for a 3 count. I think they call it twist and grin on commentary. I can't really remember. But yeah, Ethan Page picks up the win over Jevon. I thought Jevon would get the win here, to get his payback on Ethan Page, but Page gets the win here. And with the way he did it with the punch, knocking the mouthguard out, I feel like we're not finished with this story yet. I feel like we're going to continue it on. So yeah, Ethan Page gets the win. It kind of makes sense in that aspect. Oba Femi then retains the NXT Championship over Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Theory entered first, but Waller's music plays as he's making his entrance and it interrupts him, teasing the tension there between 8 Town Down Under. Waller did like a dive off the second rope through a table onto Oba, while Theory held Oba in the ring. Waller, or like a little later in the ring, Theory hits A-Town down on Oba Femi. It looks like we're going to get a new NXT champion. 1, 2, and Grayson Waller pulls the referee out. Of course, Waller was down on the outside after being put through the announce table by Oba Femi. This distraction then allows Oba to get up, recover after the A-Town down. He grabs Austin Theory. Waller goes in for a springboard stunner. Oba moves, and Waller hits Theory with the stunner, and fall from Grace onto Grayson Waller, and that gives Oba Femi the win, and he retains his championship. Then that new group once again they attack, leaving Oba laying after hitting a 4-man powerbomb. 2 men pick him up and they kind of like just tossed him into the other 2 and they like caught him with a powerbomb. I forgot to mention earlier, I was getting very Retribution and Shield vibes from this new group, so hopefully they can kind of find their own identity. Like just the powerbomb and the like skull mask reminded me of the Shield, and just kind of like the presentation and the lighting of the attack on Oba Femi more, because kind of all appeared from the crowd as well. Again, another Shield-esque kind of thing. The lights kind of start flickering before they attack Oba Femi, and it's just kind of reminding me a bit of Retribution. I was getting Retribution vibes. Hopefully it goes a bit better than Retribution there. And then backstage, Ariana Grace, of course she's been the liaison between NXT and TNA, introduces Ava to Santino Marella, who's the director of authority for TNA, so maybe setting up some sort of TNA NXT thing, considering we have the partnership and the crossover with them. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna maybe set up something. Maybe we get what was it, like War of Worlds thing? I can't remember what we used to call it. I remember they did one around WrestleMania weekend with like 205 Live, NXT UK, and NXT. I thought, wow, what was it? War of the Worlds, something like that they were calling it. Maybe WrestleMania weekend we get some sort of crossover between NXT and TNA. We'll have to wait and see. Then we get the main event, the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Women's Championship, and this was a very good matchup. I thought all four women had a good showcase and a good performance. Giulia did pick up the win, retaining her NXT Championship after a Northern Lights bomb, pinning Roxanne Perez. Again, a bit of a surprising. Well, not really surprising. If anyone was to take the pin, it probably would have been Roxanne. But yeah, this could be the last we see of Roxanne Perez in NXT, because of course she was in the Royal Rumble, she was run up in the Rumble, she has an Elimination Chamber qualifier on Raw against Raquel Rodriguez, so we could be seeing, this could be like Roxanne's goodbye, and she gets moved up to the main roster now from here. But yeah, in the match, it was a good match. Cora Jade hit a double arm DDT on Bayley. It looked like she was about to pick up the 3 count before Roxanne broke it up again, building on the little tension they had going into this one. But Cora does get her on back on Roxanne after Roxanne hits a rock pops onto the floor on Bayley. She rolls her and hits another pop rocks onto Bayley in the ring. She has her set up for the pin, and Cora Jade comes in, crucifix pin from behind for a 2 count. And yeah, very good matchup. Like I said, Giulia retains with Northern Lights bomb. And after the match, Stephanie Vaquer, the new North American champion, comes out. The two champions kind of raise their belts up, signaling a new era of NXT. But they get interrupted by Jordynne Grace. And we end with Jordynne Grace staring down with the two champions in NXT, Giulia and Stephanie Vaquer. And yeah, like I said, it's kind of a nice ending, kind of indicating a new era of NXT. Of course, you had Bayley representing the 4 horsewomen era of NXT. You have Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez kind of representing the 2.0 era of NXT, especially Roxanne. She was like the face of that division for pretty much the last couple of years. Especially with her seeming she's going to be moving up. Stephanie Vaquer, Giulia and Grace kind of standing in the ring together, kind of staring down together. It did seem like they were kind of signaling a new era for the NXT women's division, and it's an exciting era. I feel like those 3 are amazing. We're going to get some amazing matchups between the 3, and yeah, I'm excited to see how things go out with those 3 from there. So that is going to be it for this video. Let me know what you thought of NXT Vengeance in the comment section below. Leave a like if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.